So yeah, it was very fair. Why are you looking at me like that? God damn! Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Zaddy's Talk Tea Podcast, episode 5, I think. And
episode 5, yes, sir.
5. As you can see, we are in person, and we have a guest with us today. So please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Madison.
More introduction.
A bit more of an introduction.
Age.
Like age, grade.
I'm 15 years old, and I've been at ISM for 8 years.
Yeah. For our international audience, ISM is a school we go to. So yeah, International School Manila. Madison's been there for a while. So yeah, she's we're gonna talk about a lot of different things. You know, me and Madison, we have somewhat of a history together.
Yeah, we do have history.
Lots of history.
And
lots of beef, lots of history.
Yeah, lots of beef, lots of history. And don't forget, this is our first time, but we've switched our platform to Instagram. I mean, no, not to Instagram. Spotify and YouTube for our podcast. So if you guys could run up the numbers, you know, we're trying to get a little bit of bank. So that'd be great.
We have a sponsor now.
And here's a word from our sponsors. Do you ever wonder how the Zaddies get their podcasts across multiple platforms with their sexy voice? Well, it's because we use Anchor, which is today's video sponsor. Let me explain. It's completely free to use. They don't charge a single penny. Secondly, you can create a podcast straight from the app or the website, and it's ridiculously simple. You don't have to worry about manually distributing your podcast to all these platforms because Anchor does it for you. It distributes to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so much more. And I didn't even mention the free monetization. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So what are you waiting for? Download the free Anchor app today or visit anchor.fm and start creating your podcast. So yeah, thanks to our sponsor. It's a really good podcasting site, and we hope you guys create some inspirational podcasts as well, just like Zaddy's Talk Tea.
Very inspirational.
But anyways, going back to our guests, what do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about your big recent victory, council win. How does it feel, man? You're re-elected.
It feels pretty good, you know. I'm pretty honored to be representing our batch, and also the people I'm working with are pretty good representatives as well.
Yeah, but speaking of that re-election, there was one person who didn't get re-elected that I'm pretty sure a lot of people were pretty sad by it. That was Inez. Inez last year was, our president. Even though, on the inside, R was our president. Yeah, Inez was a really good president because I think Madison told me before that Inez really carried the life.
The life, she invented the culture.
Yeah.
She did. So yeah, tell us a little bit more about that.
Inez was very hardworking, and she really cared about her grades. So it's okay that she isn't re-elected though. There are many other leadership opportunities, but yeah, we should definitely acknowledge the work she did because she really worked hard.
Yeah, that's facts. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, Inez was a really hard worker. But I do think that at the end of the day, Carolyn will still do great in that job because she's really committed to it. You saw her video, right? Her speech video. She's really committed to that. And Ara's back in as president.
Ara's new song was a banger as well. Let's talk, we just discussed that.
Yeah. Shout out to Max for criticizing the autotune. Respect. What else? So yeah, the council re-election. We're a bit disappointed with some results, but at the same time, we think that they'll do great. Who else was also kicked out? Zach was also kicked out, wasn't he? Council.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, everyone had the same circumstance and everything, so it is quite fair, and even though people didn't win, it was pretty fair either way, so.
Yeah, it was very fair.
Why are you looking at me like that? It was pretty fair.
It was very fair, yes.
Well, from my perspective.
It was fair.
I don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
Nah, trust, nothing's happening behind the scenes.
Alright.
So who replaced Zach? Phoebe, yeah. Phoebe is, I feel like Phoebe's really qualified to do that,
I think she's a hardworking individual, very educated in the council perspective.
Facts.
I think she can bring new things to the table. But at the same time, Zach helped the council a lot. Zach fulfilled his job. And
Yeah.
I think the council will miss him.
So Madison, what are your thoughts on Zach getting replaced
Your
by
new
Phoebe?
team. What's your thought on your new team?
On your new team?
On my new council.
Yeah.
New roster, pretty much.
Well, it's definitely very new, but I feel like we'll be able to be productive, and yeah, it's gonna be a different dynamic, but it's definitely a change. So hopefully it'll be good.
You think you're happy that at least you got 2 people with you for the next year, which are RF and CC?
Yeah, RF and CC, yeah, they're very productive. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Looking back on it, what do you think, there are things that could have been done better about this year's grade 9 council? What do you think could have been done better, and what you guys will continue to work on next school year?
I think showing more student talent, definitely that, and also just making the assemblies more cohesive is the thing that we should work on. Also implementing more activities such as game nights, and also just fun ways to bring our batch together.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think this would have been significantly more easier for you if it was in person, at least the hybrid system was implemented at least?
Yeah, definitely, probably would have been more fun.
My question would be what's the difference between online and in person? Because my whole 9th grade year, new year at ISM was online. So what's different between the council online and in person?
Well,
You're doing faces behind my back. I'm sorry. That's my question.
Alright.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Didn't you have at least physical school in 8th grade?
Do you think the ISM council was at HIS? You idiot. Do you think the ISM council was in Harare?
Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god.
This all goes into Bloomers.
Still look at me.
Yeah, I'm thinking the whole time now. That's my genuine question. You bum.
Okay, let's continue. Madison, go.
This is bloopers.
well, okay. Well, it's my first year in class council. It was my first year in class council in 9th grade, so we only had it online, so I wasn't able to see the dynamic. But I would assume it would be more interactive with the students, and yeah, definitely Bob is something we missed out on. But it was pretty good for an online event. So.
Yeah. It's definitely tough during COVID though. There's not really there's not really a connection. If we have an international audience, I think a lot of them are going back to school. You guys gotta realize you're lucky. You're lucky as hell.
Our Bulgarian audience are very lucky.
Exactly. Shout out to the Bulgarian audience. Shout out to Clara for carrying our viewership.
44% viewers.
44% viewership in Bulgaria. That's dope. But speaking of other countries, Madison was actually in LA all this time, when she was counseling. So, when I think the time difference was 15 hours. So, when she was doing the assembly for us in the afternoon, she was up at midnight, giving us great information and stuff like that. So, speaking of your time in LA, how did you find it? How did you find being away from ISM for so long and just doing it all asynchronously?
Oh, well, I feel like we've definitely, we've all been we're not able to go to school, so yeah, not being at ISM, it's been okay, but
You're right, what's up with your faces?
You're messing this up.
Looking at anyone. Why did you look at me, Theo? Just don't look at me.
okay.
It's because you're making faces at me.
I'm not looking. I'm just making
Alright, move on.
Okay.
Let's restart. Let's
Okay.
redo.
What was the question?
Okay.
The question was, how Madison felt about her being in a completely different country while going at school, and as well the significant time difference.
Oh, well, the time difference wasn't that bad. So I started school at 5 p.m. and then it ended at 12 or 11, relatively in between. So it was actually pretty fun. And then I got to sleep in the next day, and then yeah, it was actually
That sounds great actually. Well, how was LA overall?
The experience.
The
'cause
experience.
You live. It's living there 9 months almost. Usually you go for vacation, but this was the first time you had an extended period ever since you moved here, right?
Yeah. So I lived in LA for 7 years of my life. So like we had a house there, so it was like pretty like easy to adjust, and it's always easy like traveling back and forth. And yeah, it was pretty fun there. Like the food was pretty nice, and I also joined like a soccer team, and it was like less strict than like in the Philippines, I assume.
Yeah, that's great. But like, you know, yeah, I've been to LA a couple times. LA is a great place. You know.
Where'd you go?
I actually like the Hollywood area actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, so like we balled out. Like when I was 7, we balled out. I didn't get to meet any celebrities or anything when I went there.
Same, I never run into them.
But yeah, it was dope, and hopefully when the Zaddy's Talk Tea podcast
explodes,
because we know it will. Oh, when it explodes.
We're Ross pretty much. I just say that.
And Jack Harlow, and we wanna rent out a B&B in like
Airbnb, not B&B.
And yeah, an Airbnb.
Oh, you can say B&B.
Or like in like Beverly Hills or something, because me and Ibrahim were looking.
Yeah, we're looking at some.
And we saw that like when we get to all-time 1 million streams based on like our sponsorship. Well, like we get paid. That's like $15,000 per 1 million streams based on our. Actually, we can't talk about the money. We can't talk about the money. But let's just say it's a lot for 1 million streams, and we'll definitely have a lot to like.
We're excited for
like a week in LA, yeah.
But for that to happen, we need the streams.
We need the streams, guys.
We need more guest viewership as well. We need more guests coming on. Oh, as you guys might have been aware, we had a guest last week, but we weren't able to do a podcast last week or the week before.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that we can catch up. We have exams going on, but you know, hopefully over the summer we can make a lot more podcasts.
Exactly. That is the goal. That was the goal, to make a lot more podcasts. We have Tiana actually going to Florida. So that'd be a bit of a challenge, but like, you know, anything to bring you guys views.
No, I'll just do segments and stuff, you know. I'll probably like something like that. Cause
Hopefully some episodes we can still do together.
Yeah.
The trio.
Yeah, the trio. Yeah, that would be great. And plus, like, another thing about LA, right? You know, to go there, the Zaddy's Talk Tea thing. Like, one of the goals I have is to like get somewhat of a music career. First, I need to put out music, but if we go to LA, link up with some dudes, you know, like just like
create opportunities.
Create opportunities. But yeah, it'll definitely be great. Like the amount of opportunity in LA that there is compared to here, it's like ridiculous. Like compared to where we are in the Philippines. But speaking of music,
Let's go back to the beef. You guys talked about the history.
let's go talk. So, if you guys aren't really familiar with us, or if you're like an international viewer, me and Madison actually had some beef in 7th grade. I wouldn't call it beef, because I got hammered. And people
You got
hate.
hammered by his own boys.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You got a lot of
Oh,
shade.
you got betrayed by your own.
Yeah.
You can't
Serious.
say names. You can't say names. You can't.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He leaked the.
Oh, yeah,
He
I
leaked
remember
the
I was
names.
just like chilling on my
He
phone.
leaked the lyrics.
Yeah.
To what?
To her.
Her diss track. Wait, you want to give context on why the diss track happened?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So in like 7th grade, right, beginning of 7th grade, I had feelings for Madison.
Beyond friendship.
Beyond friendship, yes, beyond friendship. And well, how do I say it? I was really.
You got rejected.
I'm not saying.
No. But it was a bit more elaborate than that, because I was being weird one night or something.
What?
Yeah. No. I don't think she remembers this, but like, I think I was being weird one night, and it caused me like on the DM. It caused Madison to block me on like
Oh.
when I was at my friend's house. I was at James's house actually.
James' house?
Yeah, James. Like
Oh, James.
James Wilson. And wait. What?
This side of the story.
So yeah, so I was there and I got blocked, and I was like really sad for the rest of the night. But then those feelings of sadness turned into anger like real quick. So I was like, to I'm gonna make a diss track.
How did you
To her.
start, idiot?
now that's just more work for you.
We can blurt that out. I was like, yeah, I was like that, and I'm gonna make a diss track. But I was like, but then she unblocked me, and I was like, you know, okay, maybe I messed up. It's fine. But then like, I won't say his name, but somebody found out in my strings class. I said that, and well, he said that Madison said all these like negative things about me or something behind my back. I don't think she did. I think that was him just trying to manipulate me, cause he had feelings for Madison as well.
Say it out loud and learn later. Who is
Tim. And yeah, so that he did, and I was like, oh, I got, you know, understandably I got mad. And then I wrote a diss track, right? And like,
Did you go try hard? Like, how long did it take you?
I think it took me an hour actually.
this? Honestly, should have been a dish track about If it was
That's
me,
true,
I'd
but I telling the truth, cause Tim was,
Wait, what did he say I said about you?
he was like, oh, Madison thinks you're so desperate, and you know she's not wrong, but she thinks you're so desperate, and like, you know, she calls you like weird and stuff like that, like.
I wonder who busted that. You, I'm not.
Wait, did you like? So you wrote the diss track. Did you ever like finish it with a beat and stuff?
Yeah, did you ever like sing it?
I never sang it because I asked how the lyrics were. I gotta blur that out. But I asked him how the lyrics were, and he was like, yeah, it's good. And I was like, you promise you won't leak this? He still took a screenshot, but it was like, promise you won't leak this? And he was like, yeah, sure, bro, don't worry. Next day, Madison finds out about the diss track, and
Wait, what was your initial reaction?
I was just like in my room, I was just chilling, and then someone sent me the thing, and it was like shared on a document with like a bunch of boys. So obviously I was like, wait, what? But I was at a birthday party. What?
You were at a birthday party?
Yeah, I was at a birthday party when I received it, and then
More people.
I just like, I showed my friends, and I was like, wait, what is this? What did I do? And then they were all just like, oh, I don't know. It's okay. And I was like, okay, it's fine. So.
a document with a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, that's why I was like a bit annoyed.
Make a dish track on them right now. I don't care what you do. Make a dish track on them
Like
right
I saw
now.
like, wait, can you put the names?
Yeah, sure.
I saw like who all had like access to it, and like more people, and I was like, oh shoot.
The document still
That's
might be
why I
alive
was
to
mad.
this day then.
Bro, the secrets are coming out.
The
That's all I'm
document still
saying.
might be alive to this day then.
They won't check it. Y'all won't check it, right? You know who's watching. Y'all won't check it. I hope you don't. But yeah, let's just say that during the weekend I was trying really hard to like get Madison to like forgive me and stuff like that. And plus I was going through a pretty tough time in my life, so like
You wore socks to bed, remember that. You wore socks to bed during that time.
So I was like, I apologize, sir, and luckily, like the goat she forgave me.
The coach.
She,
Like the coach.
the goat she forgave me. Like with the whole exchange and stuff, she still wanted to block me. So it's like, you know, we were still never really cool.
Oh yeah, I have that email. It was like, oh.
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
unblock
Yeah. It was.
me. I don't have the account.
And so I still kept getting hate until then. Until the
Also the Photoshop.
until the end of
He photoshopped.
there was like a Photoshop cover thingy. I don't have it,
Oh.
but it was like
It's okay, you moved
Yeah,
on to
yeah.
positive music about you make good music about people now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always
Oh,
positive
you
energy.
made a song about another girl, right?
yeah. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. That was in the first episode. We don't talk about that.
Okay.
It's gone. It's
I
gone.
think that's why I didn't want to unblock you, because then you'd have access to my Instagram posts. And then I can't-
Yeah. That's what you said. But then, yeah, I still kept getting hate until like end of 7th grade, and then I think I had somewhat of a glow up.
You had a recovery phase in 8th grade.
Yeah, I had a recovery phase in 8th grade. And then like, I had a bit of a glow up as well, right? You know.
Hey.
So then like, a bunch of the new people started liking me. Too many of
Your
the new
friend
people.
fantasized you like you were their god or something.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we can't.
Okay.
That friend group liked him at some point.
Really?
Every girl in that friend group liked him.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
One person did not like him.
So yeah, they started liking me, and I think like I gained a bit more respect from the boys. Cause
We were closer this time. We weren't that close.
yeah, and then I got closer with Ibrahim because I just didn't want to be friends with the boys after what they did to me.
Wait, what did they do to you?
The
What
whole
did- what we
distraction.
just talked about.
well,
Just like
document.
leaking it?
The
Yeah.
document.
yes, because
No, but why did you get hate for people leaking it though?
Like, why
Because
did they leak
it was hate. It was hate against her that she didn't
Wait,
really
so why
deserve.
did the boys-
are you familiar with it? Like, have you seen it before?
Podcast.
No, the
Even I haven't. It doesn't
I haven't seen the lyrics. No.
Nah, I don't have the lyrics. Don't show them the lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I didn't really like mess with the boys like in the start of 8th grade because they betrayed my trust. So I started becoming closer with Ibrahim because in 7th grade, me and Ibrahim weren't really that close. And then
We had
Josh,
basketball together. That's really it.
yeah, and then Josh came. I became like close friends with Josh. Josh became friends with the boys.
It's fine. We still love Josh.
Yeah, we still love Josh. And then Josh is what made me like somewhat make amends with them.
Also, he influenced your music career.
Yeah, he did.
Influenced it.
He did. So that was the 5th episode of Zaddy's Talk Tea. Second IRL episode. If you're on Spotify, you don't really get that. You don't really get that privilege, but we still love y'all, our Spotify audience. Don't
And
forget it.
If you're on Spotify, check us out on the platforms where we actually post like
Exactly.
And then we're gonna start
We have
doing
on
reels on our Instagram account.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing reels and a lot of story posts and a lot of feed posts and stuff like that on our Instagram. So make sure you follow us. It's at Zaddy's Talk Tea. No uppercases and no underscores. So make sure you follow us there if you're discovering us on YouTube, let's say. And don't forget to stream our podcasts on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all other streaming platforms. So yeah, that's the end of Zaddy's Talk Tea. Let's go.
Peace.
All right.